Thank you. All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the special meeting of council for the town of Taber for September 23rd, 2025. Call the meeting to order and ask for the adoption of the agenda as presented, please. Councilor Firth.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. And just for the record, Councilor Sorensen, Councilor Bruin, and Councilor McLean are unable to be here tonight, or this afternoon rather, but we do have our 4 members, council members present. That gives us quorum, so we will carry on with the meeting. Item number 3, public hearings, there are none. Item 4, adoption of minutes, there are none. Item 5, business arises from the minutes, there are none. Bylaws, none. Number 7, action items. Mr. Tebow.
So, Mayor, Council, every 3 years we have the community groups come forward and give us their budget presentations and expectations. And being that we're at an election year, there'll be some discussions tonight. They'll be carried forward to our 2026 budget. So I'll hand it over to Rob and he'll give a little prelude as to what's going on, and we'll, assuming that everyone's here, I see there's a lot of people here. Assuming everyone's here, we'll follow the order that we have on screen, but if someone's not here in time for that, we can switch that up, Mr. Mayor, if we need.
All right, thank you. Mr. Osmond, welcome.
Thank you very much. I know it's no secret that I've kept from you guys, but I'm a passionate and excited budgeting person, so pretty excited for our meeting this afternoon. We have essentially two tasks in front of us on the agenda. The first is we have a number of community organizations that are coming to share their presentations. I expect that at least some of them will have some budget asks. What we're looking for from council is on those presentations, we're going to look for a motion to accept the presentations for information. And then if there's anything in the presentation that the groups are asking for that council would like included in the development of the 2026 budget, there is the alternate motion on all of the request for decisions is to include whatever those requests are that council would like to see carried on. So it's not, we don't need to make the decisions tonight because we do want to make all our budget decisions together at one time when we deliberate on the budget. But tonight is basically an opportunity for us to say, yeah, we're interested enough in that particular proposal that we'd like to see it developed in the budget.
And just to clarify, Mr. Osmond, we're looking to get that base discussion down for the next steps after this particular meeting, correct?
That's right.
Okay, very well.
So
thank you.
We're just, all we need to know is from an administrative standpoint is what does council want to see when they get that draft of the budget.
All right, thank you. Any questions, Mr. Osmond? Also, all right. Thank you, Mr. Osmond. Appreciate that. Moving on to item 7.1, Taber Communities in Bloom, budget presentation and requests. Ladies, whoever's coming forward, feel free to the front. Ms. Rombo, good afternoon. And Ms. Rombo, just get you to, that mic is all on, that's active now, so you're good. As long as that red light is lit, we're good.
Okay, fine, thank you. First of all, I'll just start. Just with an announcement. We just returned from Bruderheim up by Edmonton for the Provincial Communities in Bloom Convention. Now the highest award that you can get, and it goes by categories according to population, and we're in the 2,000 to 10,000 population category. The highest marks that you can get are what they call a 5 Bloom Award, and we got it again, Nick.
Great.
Here.
Congratulations.
Okay. So we received the highest number of points that you can receive in our population class.
We had no doubt you're going to be successful. We knew that. didn't we?
It
Good
was
for
a
you.
lot of work.
It was. Good for you guys.
I believe that you were given our profile books. Yes. Okay. First of all, we will start out with, that was one of the requirements for our presentation at Provincials, was a profile book. And they were impressed with our profile book. So
Very well done,
That's-
absolutely. Thank you.
that's great. Thank you. Our proposed budget increase for 26, 27, and 28, I believe, was included in your packet. And as you can see, Tabor Communities in Bloom would like to respectfully request the following budget increase in our planting budget for the new 3-year Town of Tabor operating budget. At the present time, we receive $8,000 per year for all the planting of all the pots and the gardens around town. A lot of them now have perennials in them, but for constant blooming all summer long, we still have to use a lot of the annuals. And unfortunately, those are going up every year like everything else. But we did a little bit of work and seeing what we had used this year and how much it takes just for the club to operate. So it's not only the cost of the flowers. As you know, you saw around town this year, we had 6 big bales of topsoil and everything. And if you notice this year, we had 2 out at the Angel Garden and we replaced all the topsoil. Our members dug all those perennials out of that lower garden, put 2 bales of those big bales of topsoil in there and worked it all up. And it was absolutely beautiful this year, so it makes a big difference, as it did. We had some left over, and we did all the pots out front, so forth and so on. So we just decided that we would not be requesting any increase in next year's budget for 2026, as we think our present budget is sufficient even with the price increase. In 2027, I don't know how you do this 3-year budget. It's crazy. How do you know? Not knowing how the prices are going to evolve, we would ask for an increase of just $500 for 27 and an increase for an additional $500 to that for 2028. Okay? If we have a calamity and something happens, we'll be back.
Absolutely.
All right. And at present, we also receive the Christmas money for all the Christmas lights and the trees and also the Christmas decor. But you gave us a price increase this spring, so we're not asking for anything additional for these 3 coming years.
All
We
right.
think we can manage
If
to
not, you know where to find us.
stretch that dollar as far as we can go. Just at a point of interest, at the provincials, we met some people, we'd never even heard of the place. It's called Kalmar. And I think it's east of Leduc, or west of Leduc, I'm sorry, going towards the mountains. They have a population, I believe, of around, I think they said 1,400. And their budget that they're given by their council every year is $40,000. They spent $25,000 on flowers this year.
Must be some rich farmers.
So we're letting you off the hook. Very well.
All right.
Okay? So that is all that we're asking for
All right, all
for
right,
the coming years.
all right. you so
Now,
much.
we are asking, we have another thing on our menu here. It is the belief of, since we're doing budget, it is the belief of Tabor Communities in Bloom that the town of Tabor is dreadfully in need of a full-time arborist. A lot of the points that we lost, we did very well, granted, but a lot of the points that we lost this year is concerning our trees. We lost points for, here again, the Legion Park, all the dead trees that they are there, they deemed them, some of them, a hazard. If we had a really high wind or something, I know we don't get them very often around here, but, you know, that they could be hazardous, a safety hazard. They also noticed, the problem is that as we are evolving and we are getting better at what we're doing, the caliber of judges is increasing also. And when you have an arborist as a judge, they notice all these things that sometimes because we pass them every day, we don't notice. So we are really asking to think of an arborist. We as a volunteer group of gardeners in our locale are finding ourselves doing tree pruning, fertilizing, caring for the greenery in this community that are not part of our mandate, nor are we sufficiently qualified to do them properly. With the hundreds of new trees being planted within the town limits, and they are being planted, and there's tons of trees now that the town is responsible, new trees out at the trout pond, etc. We're in desperate need of an arborist who knows how to care for and improve not only the new trees, but also the old ones. A lot of the older trees in this town were planted at the same time. They do have a lifespan, and that lifespan is getting close to being over. We're already losing some of them. Okay, and those, we have lost this year about 95% of the weeping birches in this town. And I lost two out of our own yard. And I really believe that if we had an arborist to go around and notice these things, because at first we were told, oh yes, it's a disease that's hitting all the weeping birches. As it turns out, it wasn't a disease. It was a worm, a bug, that maybe if it would have been caught earlier, we could have saved, because we have beautiful weeping birches in this town, and they're gone. So, and you know, it's not just the pruning and everything else. An arborist is responsible for a great many things. And also, you know, we're asked about a plan for our urban forest and everything. And I don't know, I've asked, but I don't know whether we even have one. And so, you know, someone would be responsible for the removal of dead and dying trees, the pruning of the young trees, the care and maintenance of our older trees that are absolutely gorgeous while our young ones are growing. And Tabor at present already has a certified arborist working in the Public Works Department. He's being wasted And the town taxpayers paid for him to take that course. He is a certified arborist, and it's just not being utilized. So we would ask that as part of the budget upcoming that you're planning, that you please think about having a full-time arborist. We would certainly appreciate it. It would get us better points. Okay, thank you very much for listening.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Ramo, for your presentation. Council, any other questions? No, sir. All right, thank you.
The evaluation form that the judges gave us, and they have recommendations in that report, and I'll make sure that you all get one so that you can see what their recommendations are, and most of the recommendations are about the trees and having an arborist.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, Councilor Effort.
Mayor, I can make the motion.
All right.
I'll make the motion that council accepts the presentation for the Tabor's Communities in Bloom for information.
All right, thank you. Councilor Becker, any question? Good, okay. Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you. On to item 7.2, Tank 77 Museum Budget Presentation. Mr. Tebow.
Whoever is representing Tank 77, I don't know who everyone's names are, but you can come on forward. Oh, I know this person.
Ms. Wentz, forward. Thank you.
Come on up, Ms. Wentz.
If you just, that mic is active, so you're good.
Red light all
It's
the
on.
way,
That's good. We're at red light.
Your Honor, and councilors. As you know, I'm coming from Tank 77, which is a new entity born out of history, born out of something that has been in town for a long time, which we are determined to renew and prosper. I'd like to introduce Holly Pescas is our vice chair, and Linda Olivier is our secretary. And I'm sure they can answer some of the questions better than I can when it comes to it, especially Linda, who's been on the board for a very long time. You might know that we just celebrated 40 years last year. We're in our 41st year this year. And we've made many goals and done a lot of work to try and get the people in our local community, but also outside of that, to know that Tabor actually has a museum and where to find it, when they can come. And a lot of our work this year has been towards that goal. We've hired a new manager who is very creative, and she's doing a really good job for us. We've run into a couple of problems this year, which you may know about, and one was finding mold in our artifact room, and we had to deal with that. We had to freeze a lot of paper to kill that mold. Otherwise, we would have lost all that history. We didn't have the resources to do that, so our little kitchen freezer, and we brought in a chest freezer, and that's what we had to use to get rid of that mold. There was another one that we had that I'm sure you're aware of, that was the potential for a hand grenade to go off in our museum. Really, we found out that most likely it would not have gone off, but it worried us quite a bit to think that it was in there. We've embraced the digital age. We have almost all of our documents on the computer now, all of our files, all of our policies and everything. are on there. There's a little bit more work to do and then it'll be 100%, and we'll keep going on that. We have a new website and online presence on several different social media sites that I hope maybe you have looked into and seen. Gives you a lot of information, and having those has increased our guest numbers. And I think we'll do so because we keep posting new stuff all the time, and we're getting really good feedback on that. We're connecting also with agencies and groups in the community. We're also connecting, meaning helping each other. We connected with the Air Cadets and gave them tours. They go for a tour every year, but this was a special tour. And they came out and helped us with one of our fundraising projects. We have been working with the Filipino community, and we were invited to their annual general meeting and given pins and treated like royalty. And we'll probably have more of a connection with them to get some of their history into our records and recognize that they're part of our community. We worked with the SMRID for their 125th anniversary, got a lot of research done, and our manager took part in their ceremonies as well. There's a lot of businesses in town, and maybe you know this because you eat out a lot or you go to the lawyers a lot or something, that have our old pictures lining their walls. They come to us, they go through a lot of our negatives or our pictures, they choose the pictures that they want, they get the negative, they go and get the pictures made. Some are framed, some are canvassed, but every time that one of those businesses takes our pictures and hangs them on their wall, it's advertising for our town. And we love it when they do that. Because we're housed in the same section of the building, we also have a very good relationship with the Chamber of Commerce. We're impatient for them to build their own building, of course, but while they're there, we really help each other out quite a bit. We do podcasts. Have any of you seen our podcasts? We're trying to keep them up. We're trying to get them done, taking interviews with people in town who are pioneers or who have received special awards or have special interests. And we need to get that done while they're still alive. But we also do interviews with some younger people too, so be prepared. We'll probably be transferring the podcasts. Instead of doing podcasts, we will do videos so that we can have pictures of the people that we're interviewing while they're talking. But also, like if it would be a farmer, we would probably also have pictures of their land, their crops, their interests. We do tours, a number of school classes, and I'll tell you the number in just a minute. But the museum's always given tours, especially to school children. But we're upping the ante by changing a little bit how we do them. And for an example, our manager invented a game that she could use with the lower grades, grade 3, 4, to help them to know the difference between what is old and what is not old. And I thought that was quite creative, and the teachers really thought that was a good idea as well. Tours, you'll hear in a minute how many tours we've done or how many people have come. The statistics that we're giving, we have a guest book, so not everybody remembers to sign it, or we don't remember to catch them to sign it. So we're probably giving you lower numbers than what actually happens. But back to tours for just 1 second. We're going to be working with the schools to find out their curriculum and try and give tours that will complement the curriculum that they have. We're going to try and meet with teacher staff meetings, school board meetings, and I think that's about all. The group tours, for school students and air cadets ended up being 170 students. And that's quite a bit. And I have to tell you a little story, and I'm sorry I'm taking up more time than I'm supposed to, but we had the school tours, and in 2 instances later on, 2 separate little boys, 2 separate times that they had been there, came in with their mothers. And the mothers said those little boys just begged them to take them back to the museum. They wanted to see it, so they brought their mothers back. The mothers loved the museum and spreads the word. Special event visitors attendance, we're sort of like the chamber. It's really hard to count when you've got huge crowds. But we feel that the flea market that we held as our major fundraiser for the year, we feel that 500 people were coming between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And it was a good fundraiser. Cornfest, we figure we had about 800 people come to the museum as a result of coming to Cornfest. And so I think that's good for the town as well as for the museum. We have not usually stayed open on holidays or Saturdays, but we decided to do that, and it's really paid off for us. There were about 200 people involved in the SMRID celebration. We had taken items out to their celebration from the museum and talked about them and educated them. Canada Day, we think 250 people signed in. That's probably low because that place was packed, and I'm sure we didn't get all the signatures. About 100 came in as a result of the summer games. Now, we know we're not going to get a summer games every year. We're not going to have a 120th anniversary every year, but we do think the numbers will still increase because we're staying open on holidays and Saturdays. We really appreciate the budget that you, the money that you have given us, and we do get a donation from the MD of Tabor as well. And I want you to know that we appreciate Dan. We don't see him that often, but when we need help, boy, he steps up to the plate. So thank you for that. We're really concentrating on fundraising, and we look for where we can apply for grants. And we found out that Walmart has a $1,000 a year grant. So we applied and we got it. So we'll apply again. We took some of our goods out to the farmers market, which wasn't quite as successful, but we'll keep working on it. the success in it was, again, making people aware that we have a museum, where it's at, what's happening. We give them a bookmark or whatever to keep so that it'll remind them. We have sponsor boards, and we have a new project that is called a donation board. And it will be one where people will get their plaques on Tank 77. It's inside our foyer. We only have the one employee, our manager, but we are working with YEP, the Youth Employment Program, and next week we'll be getting our second client from them. They come in for, I don't know how many weeks, it depends on what they need. But having them helps them and helps us, because they can be at the front counter when our manager's in the back. And it helps to be able to recognize that we have people coming in and still get a lot of work done. So we'll continue with that as long as it's positive. We're trying to renew our membership in the Alberta Museum Association. And that's a very difficult thing to do because their standards are very, very high. But we're working on it. We feel that we will get recognized as a registered museum. And once that's done, there are a lot of grants that we can apply for, not just for staff, but for the museum upkeep and enhancement as well. I'm sorry, my voice is leaving me. So I guess I'm coming to the end of this, and I want to ensure that you will still allow us to have the space that the Chamber of Commerce is in whenever they leave. I'm beginning to wonder if they're going to, but we need space. Eventually, maybe 10, maybe 20 years from now, we need probably anywhere from 4 to 6 acres. We're not doing right by the equipment that we have. We have the yard for it, but it's not displayed in a way that it should be. And we do need a little bit more space so that we can accumulate more. I don't want you to fall off your chairs, but we are asking for a large increase. We feel that this year is sort of like the year of our rebirth, that we have a lot of upkeep to do. A lot of the things that have been there for 40 years need replacing. You know, from everything from shelving to, well, we had, computers, everything there is old. There's nothing that's very new. And so we feel that we need to have a large increase. And the way that we're getting the attendance now, we know that's going to grow, that we'll probably have to hire a staff. We'll get grants if we can, but we need to have some backup. And at this point in time, in order to get started on this rebirth, we have had to use some of our reserves, and that's not a good thing. So we want to be able to replace those reserves, and we'll do as much fundraising as we possibly can. But we are competing with a lot of other groups in the community, and we know that they're important as well. But we really do need a large increase. We're thankful for what we've had, and I don't want you to think that we are not thankful. We'd like you to visit How many of you have actually done a tour at the museum? Well, that's pretty good. I know it's been a couple of years for some of you maybe, but you're sure welcome to come back again. Now, I'm going to ask Holly to come up here and talk to you about budget because I'm sure you have questions, and I don't know how to answer budgets. I stay out of that part of it.
All right, thank you, Helen. Appreciate that very much. Holly, do you want to come up?
No, I'm good.
All right, thank you.
She leaves the hard part to me.
Apparently.
I'm just going to go over a few things that she did, and then you have our budget in front of you. Okay. Our new museum manager is assisting in moving the museum forward with her knowledge and love of history and in marketing the museum on many social platforms. So we're experiencing, like Helen said, an increased number of visitors from Tabor as well as from tourists coming to the area. One of the things was during Canada Day, I'd ask people, you know, are you from Tabor? And a lot weren't, and some were. Some of the Taborites had never been to the museum. I said, so what brought you to the museum today? And they said, because there was nothing after the pancake breakfast until later. So we got a lot of people coming in at that time. So in an effort to retain qualified museum personnel and hire part-time admin is what we'd like to do. We are requesting a significant increase in our budget. And you'll note over the 3-year period that we're asking for funds, we are going to use $47,000 of our very limited reserves to try and get things happening. We also completed a casino in June, and we spread that amount over the 3-year budget period. And recently, the flea market was a fundraiser, and we were successful with that. We thought that's a good one that will be a yearly thing, and the grant from Walmart was very helpful in helping us with our digitizing. And presently, as Helen spoke, we're working on a donor board that will be inside, so it's sort of a fundraising project also. That being said, we are also in the process of looking for grants, and we have created a committee to put together information required when seeking grants, and as well as applying for grants that are available to the museum. Some of the grants are stacking, which means the funding from the town will provide us some leverage and additional funding to our money. And our grant committee is also working with the town grant writer, finding the grants that are available for us. The grant committee is also in the process, as Helen said, so that we can become a recognized museum in the Alberta Museum Association. By doing that, it would provide management training for our staff and training in the museum that we won't have to pay for. And that's like, you know, if we want to maintain or retain staff, that would be a good way, is to have training for them. And possibly there would be wage funding there also after we get that. But our hopes are next year we'll meet the requirements. We've been working on it throughout this year, and there's always another step. Now, you'll see our budget, and we are requesting over the 3-year period $130,000. In the first year, we're requesting $30,000, and then we will use $27,000 of our reserves. In the second year, we're requesting $45,000, using $17,000 of our reserves. And in the third year, we're requesting $55,000, and that would use $2,800 of our reserves. The main thing in there is wages. It's to provide a wage for our manager, but also to hire a part-time admin for 3 days a week. And then the next year, we would like to add benefits to that if that's possible for them. And this, once again, is to retain employees at the museum that are interested. And then the last year, we would give them, it's only, I can't remember, a little bit of a raise that year, and then go from there. So our request is for $130,000 over the 3-year period. Any questions?
All right, thank you. Council, any question whatsoever? All right, thank you. Seeing none, thank you so much, Holly. Someone prepared to make that motion? Councilor Beckering.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move the council accept the presentation from the Tank 77 Museum for information.
Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Moving on to item 7.3, Taborn District Handy Bus Association. Mr. Tebow.
So I looked at the presentation. I see there's a name of Peter on there. Is that who's coming to present, perhaps?
I think that would be Paul.
Oh, Paul?
Actually, yes. Mr. Paul Primo, welcome.
Do I bring up this presentation here?
Should be able to, I believe, yeah. The technical,
I'll use his.
Do we have one electronically? Can we do one electronically? Or- Yeah, sure. I got my computer here too, eh? I thought, while we're just talking here, it's just like pretty interesting that one lady made the comment about the school kids that came to the museum and then went home and got their parents and they came back to the museum. That's success. That's when things start transferring. I thought that was a really good comment.
right, absolutely.
Thanks for doing this, eh? I'm a hunt. Heck.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, I should be okay.
You guys are almost at the same spot here. Hey, a little wager here.
There we go.
Paul, do you need a paper copy? You have mine. I've gone through this. You're like, oh, you do?
Just that you go through the
Okay.
work of doing electronic copies, right?
Yeah, it should be there, but anyway.
Nice. Hey?
Thank you so much.
A lot of places that I worked in the past there, you weren't allowed to have memory stick. You couldn't carry around, you couldn't have one in your pocket, couldn't have one in your keychain. None of the computers had where you could enter them, all the CD drives, like things have really changed in the world of computer, right?
Too many restrictions, I'd say.
Yeah, come to you. Yeah, guy come to you, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I think that we gotta start thinking more and more about that nowadays,
Well, with all the cyber hacking going on, you never know, right? Yeah.
was working with Lamb West, and that was the number one threat to all food security is your computer. Number one threat. Thank you very much for
Yes.
doing that,
I believe if you do forward and backwards, if you're wanting to change
Okay,
the
yeah.
slides, just on there. Otherwise, we can scroll.
Thank you, So, really happy to have this opportunity to come here on behalf of the Tabor and District Tanya Bus Association to talk. I was here a year ago. I do want to say that this is the culmination of 10 years of planning today's presentation. So we'll just continue on there. Oh boy, this is a pretty nice computer here. Oh, how about here? I'd like to give a special thank you, to the community of Tabor. We can't do that without the community of Tabor, The people that are being involved in the community and the people that we transport, incredible. The people that help us do it, incredible. The town of Tabor, our number one sponsor for our financial needs. MD at Tabor gives us a shop, and Tabor Special Needs supplies with the logistical needs that we need to run the operation. Another year of incredible support. Just like, whoa, thank you, Serious. Like without you, it can't happen, right?
Team effort, Paul.
Yeah. So this is the board that we got going now. I would like to say that this is 10 years planning. So at that time, Carly was part of our team, Andy was part of our team. Garth continues to be our fiscal responsibility in our team. Daniel is being a really good member of being a team player. And so there's also other people that are here that are no longer, Gene, I'm thinking of, that's no longer with us, that played huge roles in what we're doing here. I don't know why all this is happening here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so huge team effort, and we continue. I want to talk about us, though. This is the Tabor and District Tanya Bus Association, back in time, 1979. 46 years we've been servicing the community. 46 years. So the Tabor and District Tanya Bus, our mission is to provide safe and affordable transportation to the community. Our current fee, a whopping $4 a ride. We go door to door service if required. We carry your groceries in. We don't go through thresholds, of course. We fix gates. We make wheelchairs wider than fences. We fix stuff for ramps. We do whatever it takes to get the people in the community, because without the people in the community, there's no community.
Exactly.
Okay, so our current ridership is 338 folks. Last year was 334. We're very statistically driven. If our population remains around 10,000, our clientele remains about 350. As our population increases and we're starting to service more people within our range in the MD, our ridership increases. Our sweet spot is about this number, 338 with one bus. Okay? So in 2024, we did approximately 6,000 rides. With the Horizon School Division, we did 1,129 specialty rides. We transported almost the entire population of Tabor in the bus, one person at a time. Amazing feat. We provide riders to the MD of Tabor. We have a range, about 6 kilometers, We go down to the correction line and then down to where the pavement ends, to Barnwell, and a little bit to the east, 6 kilometers. We have riders within the town of Tabor. We have riders from the Horizon School Division. These are all behavioral kids, have trouble. We give those kids a ride. We do rides for the elderly, and riders are from the disability group. The last 3, the Horizon School Division, our elderly and our disabilities, are also our revenue streams, so that we are actually participating in the growth of the handy bus. Okay, our board, we give back to the community. That's what we're about. We are the community. We transport the community. We give back to the community. Examples here are our riders are free at Cornfest, Christmas Light Festival, and Remembrance Day. Our riders go free. Christmas free rides on December 15th to January 1st. Not a big deal, except for the $80 that guy saves who's on a fixed income, that gets $80 in his pocket the week before Christmas to spend in the community. That's why we do that. Give back to the community. This thing keeps turning off on me, you know. I'll go over here though, okay? So, the handy bus, we also provide this Night to Shine. So you guys are familiar with the Night to Shine? So we provide the handy bus, we get it all cleaned up. It's like a prom night. We couple with the Parallel Church. I was talking with their new guy. His name is Alex. We're going to be doing it again in the future. It's a big deal for the kids, eh? They get all dressed. It's a prom night. It is like incredible night through the Tebow Foundation. So we're going to be doing that again. Our board wants us to prepare for the future. 10 years ago, oh yeah, our bus, all we got left on our bus is the rims. Everything else has been worn right out driving down the road, eh? Yeah, let's buy a new one. We got a team together. We looked at this kind of bus. Let's pick this one. Oh, it's awesome. Okay, said one guy. How are we going to pay for it? Well, what a way to, what a dud meeting that turned out to be, right? Because we didn't have any money. And so, isn't that the issue? Like, how do we make sure that we can continue to service the community without being a big burden on the community? We started saving $8,000 a year. We didn't even make $8,000 a year. We started saving it somehow. We did that for 10 years, $80,000. The day that we got our new bus, the ladies from Parkside gave us $25,000. We invested that. Every time that we got money from charities, we invested that. Less than 9 months ago, I invested $200,000 cash, 3.3% and a restricted short-term investment for capital procurement of their new bus. Our board gave me permission to order that new bus, $253,000. Going to come in 15 months. We're going to pay cash for that bus. Cash. There's not a lot of cash around, man. That takes frugalness. That takes a lot of sacrifice, and it takes a lot of people and a lot of community to save that kind of money. And now our board wants us to repeat the same business plan. So 10 years from today, some other guy standing up here is going to say, and we got cash to service the community. That's what we want to be part of. That's the Handy Bus Association. We employ from the community. We employ 4 part-time workers, a safety officer, that's the role that I fulfill, 2 drivers and a bookkeeper. Our bookkeeper is a graduate from the University of Lethbridge in her accounting, now working on her designation. We're very lucky to have a professional accountant that talks with Heather McCoy all the time, who works with us, and we're pretty lucky to have that kind of talent. We shop local. Everything we do, every cent we spend is in Taber, Alberta. Moonlight Graphics, McDonald Chevrolet, they do our oil changes for free. We just bring our bus in there and they change the oil. Gerhardt's Mechanical, incredible service. We picked a time, they come in there, it's like Formula One's pit stop for us, at Gerhardt's. Total office supply, Finch Tire supplied us with 6 top-of-the-line tires for less than cost. Incredible. So we also get IGA Co-op, Western Financial Insurance, Avail, Walmart, and many others. All our money spent local because it's important to us to be part of the community because we service the community. We're extremely fiscally responsible. Obviously, we run an organization that has no cash. We're totally transparent. We don't have any cash on the bus. Every year we do an audit. It's conducted by Avail. The audit is presented during our annual general meeting, which is held in March. We advertise for 2 weeks prior to that meeting. We invite the public. We get our copies of our audit that is done by Heather McCoy. The audit copies are sent to the MD for their perusal, also to the town, in order for us to be transparent. Our relationship with Heather and with the other people there at Avail has been incredible because they have provided us with compelling advice on what to do with our money as it comes in, as opposed to just spend it. Grateful for that, grateful for the advice, and grateful for the community, again, to participate in the success of the Handy Bus. In order for us to be successful, we got to be on the road. We have a loss control program. We have a manual on how the drivers are supposed to interact with the riders. We have a manual on how the riders are supposed to interact with the drivers. It's built on respect. Half of our clientele are behavioral problems, and the other half are old. We have to be respectful of each other. So we have no accidents to report in 2024, Andy. None, no traffic tickets in 2024. No community calls, you're driving too fast, you ran into my dog, you ran over my kid, you ran over my hockey, none of those. We do get every year, the Hattie bus every year passes somebody on the hill going to the airport, I don't know who that is. We have no driver reports, no rider reports, and our total lost days for 2024 were 0. Our total lost days for 2023 were 0. 2022, 0. 2020, 0. Because of that, we became best in class. And our insurance rate reflects it. We have the best insurance rate offered to a commercial carrier in Alberta, Tabor Handy Bus Association. Why? This is our bus, 2018 4500 series commercial van, got 180,000 K on it. Unknown engine hours, starts at 7, turns off at 5:15. It's equipped with a folding heated ramp like this, and it's heated. It has a traction control so people can get up and down, transport 14 people or 3 wheelchairs and 6 people. Got queue restraints. The easiest way to manage people in a confined space is to strap them into a confined space. Seatbelts are mandatory in the bus. The cost of this bus you see in the picture was $148,000, which replaced the bus before that, which was $78,000, which replaced the bus before that, which was $48,000, and our new bus is $253,000. This bus follows all Alberta transportation requirements. It's registered. It has vehicle passenger insurance. We have board insurance so that the decisions we make are protected, so that we have a decision log that we can protect ourselves. We have a current CVIP, that's our certificate to operate. We do that twice a year, once in February, once in August. We have a current active status carrier profile. I just did it for my 10 years. 0 occurrences, 0 convictions. And we have a general, our current fitness certificate. Because of that, our insurance rate is cheap, $2,500. $2,500 a year. I bet that's cheaper than some of your vehicles. Commercial. Significant repairs. Our van is old. We keep good care of it. Our CVIP, we take it to Gerhardt's. They say we need to replace. We schedule that day and we replace. We don't fool around. Rear axle assembly, that was our big thing. Spring shock assemblies. Spark plug wire for the harness on cylinder number 2. Although that's a short sentence, that was over like 15 months of finding that problem. We finally ordered the wiring diagram, Andy, and tracked it down. And only because we had to fix it, because our heater went, auxiliary heater went, door alarms went, selector switch went, dash. We had to find it. We tracked it down. Guys at McDonald's did that. The constant friction from the ramp hitting the pavement causes that lip to get very sharp. We take it to Big George at East End Iron. His guys crawl over that bus like an ant pile, and we leave. It's an incredible sight to see. We have repairs on the folding knuckle. Our ramp goes down like this. This knuckle, $2,500. We have 3 of them, and they last about 2 months. Gerhardt disassembles them and rebuilds them now. So when they start going like this, we just take it there, another pit stop, we're gone. Overall, the bus is in good repair and in good condition. This is what we're using to service the community. The 8,000 rides that we do, the life of this bus that we're going to replace right now, it has serviced 80,000 Taborites. 80,000 Taborites have been driven around on that bus. And in this next budget cycle, if you guys agree with it, and we transport people for the next 3 years, 25,000 Taborites will be transported. This is the port side of the bus. This is the driver's side of the bus. This is the starboard side, passenger side. It's in good shape there. You can see no dents. We try to keep it in good shape. Our bookkeeper, it's a big deal for us. It's a good deal for us because now I don't write any checks anymore. We moved into this electronic deposit for payroll, no more checks for Paul. We're moving towards more electronic payment options, Gerhardt, Blue Wave Energy, Top Wand, and a few others. Now we're doing direct. We just do direct. We have QuickBooks that are up and running. We ran our QuickBooks program through Tabor Special Needs for 15 years, for a long time. Our board wanted us to have a clean break from Tabor Special Needs. We bought our own books, figured out how to run it, bought a cloud, put it all in the cloud, put everything of the handy bus from my laptop onto the cloud. And now we're developing our drop boxes between myself and the people that need to have our information. At one time, we had and Andy can attest to this, we had a filing cabinet that we drug around from house to house. Now everything is in the cloud. We continue to transition to our electronic for daily operations for the Canadian Revenue Agency. It's becoming more and more apparent. I used to do that, and then one day I couldn't get into the Canadian Revenue Agency, and I tried for a year, and even Avail helped me. They wouldn't let me in, and finally they said to me, "Do you really want like 40 million other Canadians in the Canadian Revenue Agency like you? That's why you can't get in." So Avail does all of that for us. Our drivers are long-term employees. They now qualify for 6% holiday pay because they've been over 5 years. They have their first day driver training is coming this year. They're also getting a new kind of a training called driver awareness training because our ridership responds to direction differently. And so we need to understand how to diffuse situations and how to deal with different personalities in the spectrum. We train for that. And also we need the recruitment and development of a new driver. Our future looks like a new bus to support the community, the development of my 3-year budget that I'm presenting now. And of course, always the challenges. If you look here at the age of the volunteers, it's hard to get people to step forward, to step up and grab a shovel. And that's one of our biggest challenges today. Shovels and the people to use them. So we're proud to be able to service Tabor and District with the handy bus that we have. We are extremely grateful for the funding that is presented to us by the town, by the MD and by the community of the town. We had opportunity to have more funding that we refused and asked community futures, is that who it is that does the, we said we don't need the money, give it to people that do because we're in good shape for right now, eh? But we're preparing for the future, and this is the start of our next 10-year cycle today. This is what our budget looks like for our budget request, our rolling budget request. We're asking for, in 2026, 2.1%, 2027, 2.3%, and in 2028, 2.6%, which is extremely reasonable in today's environment to continue to be able to service the community of Tabor. And that budget will transport 25,000 people in the town of Tabor. And are there any questions or discussion?
Council, any questions whatsoever? I'd just like to make a comment, Paul. It's that's an impressive resume, track record, all the rest of it. I'm happy to be part of it as well, and many members of council in the past as well. You continue to knock it out of the park, Paul. What can I say? It's a phenomenal service, and kudos to yourself and all involved, and thank you so much.
Thanks, Andy. And again, I take direction from a board. And I'm just so fortunate to take direction from a board that is thinking firstly about Tabor, the needs for Tabor, the needs for the community and the people, and how we get ourselves going. Like, fortunate to have a board of action as opposed to have a board of inaction. So thanks to the board.
Thank you, Paul. It's all about community. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Beckering.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, Paul, before you sit down, I just want to make a comment. I've been on the Handy Bus Association board for quite some time, as Paul knows. I'm forever hammering on the fiscal responsibility side of it, which Paul is doing a really great job on. And I must commend you, sir, on the infectious enthusiasm you display. That permeates through the whole organization. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you again.
Well, thank you very much. I think there's lots to be proud for. I mean, I get around. When you take a look at Tabor, Alberta, and what we have to offer, I mean, it's incredible. So let's just keep growing it.
I know, I see. You're my neighbor. You're never home. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, moving on to item, sorry, motion's required. Yes, Counselor Firth, you bet. All right.
Thank you. I move that council accepts the presentation from the Tabor and District Handy Bus Association for information.
Thank you. Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 7.
I'm guessing we have Bruce coming up to give us the presentation.
We have Bruce, Mr. Bruce Workington. Welcome, Bruce.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Mayor, Council. I'm Bruce Workington, as it was mentioned. I'm Director of the Tabor Chamber of Commerce. Been that for more than I like to admit, but it's been a lot of years and a lot of good times. Councillor Firth is on our board too, so we appreciate having her perspective. And in my tenure at the chamber, a lot has changed in Tabor. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but a lot of new businesses, a lot of new growth, a lot of new enthusiasm in our town. So I really have enjoyed working with people along the way and with businesses, and I think the chamber represents local businesses very well with various things that we do. And I'm here to present our request for the next 3 years of funding. As I've presented many times before, we are proud to support or put on Cornfest, which welcomes over 10,000 people to our great town. And this last year was our 40th anniversary, so it was an awesome party that we all enjoyed, I believe. And we also have our Tourist Information Center, as was mentioned by the museum. We're right beside them. And the parade, which was held in conjunction with the Cornfest this year. And we also maintain the chairs and tables on behalf of the town. So that's a service that we provide, of course, for remuneration, but it's a cost recovery basis. We do that for various events in the community. And we have our own staff that helps support our local members, and our membership continues to increase. And we're always looking for new energy and board membership. So if you know anybody who wants to be part, it's a great board to be a part of. So I've also given you, as was requested in previous years, a copy of our financial statement showing how fiscally responsible we are. You can see that we do have cash reserves, and as was also mentioned previously, there is the elephant in the room of the building, which I think was discussed at previous meetings with my friend and colleague Harry Prummel, and I think we're as close as we've ever been. So I'm not going to get into the details of that because that is for another meeting, but that is why we have that debenture that's still on our balance sheet, and we have what looks to be a lot of cash, but that will be easily invested in a great building that will represent local business and be a nice commercial and tourist information center for people to come and learn more about our community. Looking forward to that very soon. So other than that, I'm open to questions relating to our request. So if you look at past the last few years, I don't think we've changed from 25,000 for a lot of years. And as we all know, inflation has crept up on all of us. So we're asking for an even 30,000 for the next 3 years to compensate for inflation and to do the things that I discussed.
All right, thank you so much, Bruce. Appreciate that very much again. Council, any questions whatsoever? Pretty straightforward, you know.
Thank you for all you do.
Once
Thank you
again,
for having us.
thank you.
And
Councilor Efford, if you will.
best in the election.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to make the motion that council accept the presentation from the Tabor and District Chamber of Commerce for information.
Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you. On to item 7.5, Tabor Food Bank Society budget presentation. Mr. Tebow.
Yes, come on up. And again, I don't know names, so.
Yes, yeah. Welcome, Kevin. And I'm sorry I don't know your name, I don't think. Heather, welcome. All right.
Good afternoon, Worship and Council. Thank you for
Good
inviting
afternoon.
us today. It's an honor to come and speak to you guys again. We do this every few years. And just a little background on our request. It's changed a little bit from in the past. And I'm a little humbled by some of the presentations before, especially Paul. I know we work with him as well, but holy man, he's perfectionist, isn't he? Anyway, I just want to give you a little background on food bank usage throughout the province. And our Tabor Food Bank mirrors what happens in the province per capita wise. So we'll go back to 2019, and there's some staggering increases since 2019 that have taken place in food banks across the province. In 2019, there were 61,379 people who accessed food banks in Alberta. In 2024, there was 172,832 people that accessed food banks. That's a 92% increase in that few years. And we know it's gone up since then as well. So, and we are having the same issues in our food bank on a per capita basis. There's 2 million visits in just March of 2024. That's our hunger count March. And 2 million visits across the province accessing food banks now. In our own food bank, since 2022, we distributed 10,000 pounds, 100,000 pounds of food distributed through our pick shelf per year. And now we are at 175,000 pounds. And our pick shelf system, for those that don't know, is we pick up daily from the grocery stores around town. They're very generous. They support us by giving us food that's nearing its expiry date. Some of it is expired. We go through that. We sort through that. Our staff and volunteers go through that every day. It goes out front to our pick shelf area, and people are welcome to come in on, we have rules on how much they can come in. They can't come in daily 6 times, but they can come in once a week. And that helps them out. Average number of visits since 2022, we averaged about 400, I'm going to rough this out at about 450 visits in a month. And now we're up to almost 800 a month. Yeah, it hasn't quite doubled, but it's really close. So it's staggering what we're going through there. So our budget has been scrunched a lot, as Heather will enlighten you on. And so what we're asking of the town, in light of these changes for us, and your support in the past has been very generous with the garden and everything that goes on with us. It's wonderful how good the town supports us. In the past, you paid for our utilities, or town utilities, the water and sewer, and we're asking to double that for the next 3 years. So instead of the approximately $2,600, we're asking it's $5,000. And it's just a touch on, would help us pay increasing utilities that will be coming up for us and that sort of thing. And Heather's going to enlighten us. Heather McCoy is our treasurer. She's been with us for not enough years yet. We won't let her go. So she can stick around a lot longer, and she'll enlighten you on any budget questions you might have. So Heather,
Thank you.
take it.
Heather, welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I did, send you guys the 3-year budget proposal. You'll kind of see from year to year, I've kind of estimated about a 5% increase in both revenue and the expense side of things. It's a little hard to determine what it's going to look like. I did base the 26 year kind of on what we had our 25 budget off of, and we're sitting fairly where we are expected for 25, which we are expecting a deficit for 2025 right now. So you can see we are expecting deficits for the next 3 years based on what I've put. Those will be covered either by our reserves or ideally increased in donations or grant funding that we're able to access. But we like to be a little bit more realistic in our budgeting than just saying this is going to be a balanced budget. So this is kind of where we're sitting. And again, we have appreciated what the town has given us in the past. As Kevin said, it's generally covered our water utility costs. And we're hoping to just increase that a little bit. We haven't really ever asked for an increase as far as I'm aware, and I've been involved with the food bank for probably about 6 years. And prior to that, I think you guys have been giving that $2,500. So we're hoping that you'd be willing to give us just a little bit more so that we can just support our community and the needs that have continually been increasing. So if you have any questions.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kevin Leahy and Heather. Thank you for that presentation. It's overall it's a difficult thing that we're going through, and as you both said, roughly double in the last 3 years. That's staggering. That's the word. That's a great word, and it's scary, very scary. So, to me, it's a no-brainer all the way around, that we've been supported before, but it is a council decision, but, yeah, absolutely, I support that 110% all the way. Council, any other questions whatsoever? None whatsoever. All right, someone prepared to make that motion? Councilor Firth?
Thank you. I move that council accepts the presentation from the Tabor Food Bank Society for information.
Thank you. Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Item 7.6, Tabor Public Library. Mr. Tebow.
I think everyone recognizes this person as well, so.
Ms. Chris Valls, welcome.
I'll appreciate it.
That's all right. Yes, we will. We would.
So I sent in the package, and I just want to say Tabor Public Library is the hub of education, fun, and activity for our community. We offer mostly free programming and a safe place to come and study, read, play games, or just hang out. We have seen substantial growth over the last few years, with our number of patrons reaching an average of 200 to 250 people in our doors every day. We have a wonderful community that also provides us with monetary donations, computers, book and game donations, and we have received some pretty amazing grants as well. One just recently, we were named one of top 50 nonprofit in Canada, and we received almost $11,000 from that. We are thankful for the town of Tabor for their contributions in order to keep the library operating. You can see in the budget, we're requesting a 1% increase over the next 3 years from the town of Tabor in order to maintain the budget. With today's economy struggles, we want to ensure that we can maintain our services and provide our community with their needs.
All right.
Short and sweet.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris, and thank you for all you do, and those are incredible numbers. I've been there a number of times as well, enjoyed it very much, and thank you for the invites always. And just can't thank you enough for all yourself and your staff do for the town of Tabor. Community. Thank you. Councilor Beckering.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Chris. I kind of watched the library blossom, I guess, the last couple of years. And you have way more programming now than you used to have. Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Is that bearing some fruit, or do you know?
Yeah, the programming budget has pretty much stayed the same even before I got there. I put a little fire under somebody's bum, and we're getting more programs, more out in the community, and that is helping the numbers come in. So yeah, and I want more. I still want more. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions whatsoever? All right. Thank you once again, Chris. Councilor Beckering.
Ready to make a motion, Mr. Mayor?
Very well.
The council accepts the presentation from the Tabor Public Library for information.
Motion on the table. All in favor? Carry unanimously. Thank you. I would just ask for a 5-minute recess. I'm going to make that motion. Motion on the table, 5-minute recess. All in favor? Carry unanimously. Thank you. Back at 5. All right, thank you. This is no. All right. LeBron James, okay. Moving right along, if we reconvene the meeting, please, and moving on to item 7.7, public proposal 2026 budget. Mr. Tebow.
We'll have Mr. Rob Osmond go through the items. We are just looking for the ones that you'd like us to develop further in the budget, in the actual budget. So, Rob, over to you.
Thank you. So this is the results of the public survey for budget input that we conducted. We received just over 30 public proposals. Administration has done no pre-work on these because, like we talked about in our budget process, the goal is to put these decisions in council's hands. So what we are looking for today is direction from council about whether these proposals will be accepted for information or whether they will be referred to administration for development as part of the budget. So we'll go through, I'll give a brief summary of the project. If you've got some questions, I've read through them, but other than that, I haven't done any pre-work, so I don't have a lot of answers. So we'll get started with number one. The project is for the creation of a scatter gardens at the Tabor Cemetery.
Okay.
So again, the question is just if council has an interest in seeing this developed by administration as part of the 2026 budget, or if this is not its moment, then it will be.
Well, and for me, because I was not able to open this up, as I said earlier, I don't really know what that's about.
Okay.
So anybody else see any questions about that? Okay, good. Pass. Okay. So do we need to do an motion on it or just to carry on? We don't. Okay, carry on, please.
Okay. So the next one is a proposal for the development or the protection of our parks. It refers to a conversation about the Ernest Meyer Park being developed into housing. And so the request is the establishment of a council-led policy protecting our green spaces.
All right, yep. Yep. Next.
The next is a public request looking for a banquet hall convention facility. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would. Exactly. Okay, so I see what you mean. This is just general ask, general wish list, public involved, correct? Okay, all right, carry on.
Okay. So the next is for the paving of 43rd Street from 54th Avenue to 56th Avenue.
That's already done, yes. Right, that was done yesterday. Okay,
sure.
Carry on.
The pathway connection to connect the trout pond with the town pathways system.
That's already in the works also, actually.
Okay.
Next.
There is a request here to look at cemetery enhancement. There is some uneven ground identified at rows A, B, and C, where there's a number of holes and unevenness at the cemetery that are making it difficult for cemetery maintenance, as well as they get some water pooling. So there's a request for us to look at that as a problem.
Yeah, actually, that was brought up to me, and I did speak to Taylor and Mr. Tebow about that recently. That's already been looked into as well. Correct? Yeah, that's been looked into now. No. That just came up this week. I've addressed that with both, Mr. Tebow and Taylor is aware of that also. And we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
The paving of the Trout Pond Road.
Yeah, no brainer there, but, 3 times I think we've been turned down for that STIP grant, Trent?
Times than that, yeah, so they're
More time.
here.
Okay.
Just budget for it, bring it forward and see what it costs.
Okay. Fair enough, yeah. At some point we have to do that because we can't rely on STIP evidently. All right, next.
So then next is the establishment of a community garden.
We have one, absolutely. Next.
Okay.
No, but the community garden is all encompassing. Also, there's plots available now for individuals if they so choose.
Okay.
Next item.
So the next one is a request to identify a traffic flow improvement. They identify a number of areas where they would like to see the addition of some lane space. I think the proposal is to eliminate parking on the sides to accommodate additional lanes for additional traffic flow.
Any particular area are they pinpointing?
So the block north of Confederation Park heading east of 50th Avenue from 49 to 50th Street. The block east of the swimming pool heading south 50th Street from 48th Avenue to Highway 3. And east of Confederation Park heading north 49th Avenue to 50th Avenue.
Okay, so I'm not sure. Are they talking about an extra lane? I'm not getting that exactly.
Basically to redraw the lines on the road.
The streets are the widest in the province here, pretty much here. So I don't know what.
Yeah, so they're actually
Extra lanes?
additional lanes as opposed to. Yeah.
Okay, I guess that could be looked at, but I know traffic committee involved, possibly, Mr. Devo. But I'm not quite sure how that changes anything, actually. But anyway, it could be passed on the traffic committee, sure. So
Okay.
that's, I think that would be appropriate, Councilor Firth? That sound right? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Anyway, okay.
All right. So the next one is kind of a general roads comment, but they do talk about revisiting the road pavement standards guideline for the community. So they didn't identify any particular spaces where they felt that this was necessary, but that the standard overall.
So this wasn't asked from the public to kind of their wish list, right? That's what this is about. Yeah, so there's nothing specific that they're saying?
So it's not a specific road repair issue. It's that they would like to see the standard that we maintain our paved roads at.
I mean, the level of the pavement surface, is that what they're saying? Not understanding that.
Like,
The level of disrepair.
yeah.
Right,
but-
so
typically-
more asphalt repair.
Yes, so,
We're already doing it.
so what they're asking for is that the standard be revised. So typically you would establish the standard at which you would maintain
Okay,
paved
okay.
roads.
Yeah, I know what they're saying. Like, I've had many conversations with people about asphalt/sidewalk repair. We have a budget for it. We've added extra budget in the last 2 years as well. But we could certainly look at that and, no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's
So
not. It's,
how
not,
I-
it's really not specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So how I interpret it was not a capital project, but an operating project to re-examine the road.
Well, honestly, we have a priority system now, Mr. Tebow, correct? We have a priority system now that's deemed for every year, and the winter changed that quite often. So what wasn't a problem last year may be a problem this coming year because of the winter. So those priorities might have to change. Hence, we have added, I think, a year ago, another $350,000 comes to mind that wasn't in the budget to start with. So we do look at that any given year, but I don't see that as an actual complete ask on where to start. We've already got that kind of plan, correct?
Yep, and administration will be bringing larger numbers to the asphalt paving program this year.
Right, okay. I think it is, for sure, yeah. I understand the ask, but more to come for budgets, yeah, right, okay, very well.
All right, the project proposal number 11 was a look at adding an additional ice surface for the community.
Yeah, that's, we are waiting on a grant for that possibility, but without that grant, I can't see it happening. I'd love to see it happen too, but we're. Yeah, for sure, okay.
So this one, looking at the rec center as a facility as a whole, looking for an expand, rebuild, or replace of the current rec center.
Well, that's all, yeah, that's in the works with the grant option too, but yeah, that's information as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So the next one, number 13, is about accessibility for mobility challenged persons in the community, speaking to lowering of curbs and sidewalks at crossings in particular, as well as making sure that there's room for loading and unloading of wheelchairs from vehicles. And automatic doors within the community. So essentially an overall survey of mobility and access.
We know that one, I could speak to many like that. That's very valid. There are troubled areas, problem areas. I hold doors open for many mobile required people, or immobile required people to get into doors and out in a variety of places that need some improvement in that regard. So there's certainly that going on, and or some of the curbs. Mr. Tebow and I have had that discussion. We've had that discussion as a council as well. And I believe we've done our best in a lot of areas, but I think there's room for improvement in a lot of areas for sure.
Okay.
So however that looks, some kind of, council, would you agree? Some kind of evaluation process, I guess. I mean, Rama did a great job with the streetlights, for example. That took some time a couple of summers ago, something along those lines, but
We do have a process in place, Mayor, and every year we tackle a certain number of corners and curbs, and it's part of our annual program. So we do it today.
yeah, the town is 120 years old. There's areas that need to be, more troublesome than others to help and improve. Absolutely. So, right. Yeah. Okay.
So next up is a conversation around utility rates and franchise fees. In general, I think the comment is that they feel that the rates are too high and that they are not reflective of.
No comparisons.
Yeah. So
how do we judge it? How do we go forward with that? I don't know.
So yeah. I mean, we do have a utility rates program, the 5-year program that we spoke about yesterday.
Sometime back, yeah.
And so, yes, unfortunately, utility charges like taxes tend to go in one direction, and they are required for service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the next one, I believe this is it's for a soccer center. So I
already in the works. Already in the works.
With our
dry sport facility. Already in the works.
Okay. Project 16 is a sound barrier wall or fencing along 64th Avenue by the residential area.
Whereabouts you talking? 64th Avenue. Oh. A wall. How are we gonna do that? 64th Avenue. Between 50th and 864? Yeah, yeah. That's between 50th and 864. Okay, so a wall along that area? Yeah, okay, that's all right. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, okay.
So the next project proposal is the addition of benches. More benches throughout the community to provide additional resting spots. They particularly identify the downtown area as being a good area to benefit from additional bench seating.
Well, there's been some, but I suppose there could be other locations possibly, but also I know it's been asked about the trout pond. We have some, but there could be more, sure. But downtown.
I misspoke. They identified that there are benches downtown, but there are other areas in town that they would like to see.
Oh, well, I know the trout ponds come up for sure, and that's a valid point, and there's a few, but 2.5 kilometers around the whole pond there, so there could be more, and or down further north, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Yep. Okay.
So that was a refer to budget? Okay. All right. So this is accessibility at the Ken McDonald baseball diamonds, a paved trail to the washrooms from the parking lot, particularly for seniors and people with mobility concerns.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a budget, sure.
Okay.
Actually, they're saying that there was a thing that came up, we brought up a while ago, at least I did have some conversation with Mr. Tebow about it, from the ball diamond baseball cage, that stretch right to the north. Yeah, I was walking beside an individual that had a young girl having a heck of a time. Yep, that should be a budget item, absolutely, yep.
Sounds good. The Japanese gardens at the trout ponds.
Japanese gardens, what are we talking about?
So they would like the addition of a Japanese garden. They make reference to our Twin City in Japan and an extensive local Japanese.
So something specific for Japanese right in the community garden? Is that the idea?
They mention the location at the trout ponds. So
Okay, yeah, I don't know, it could be looked at for sure, yeah. There's room, but I'm not sure. There is a community garden already, so I don't know. Oh, like that, so that's big like that? Okay. Yeah. I see, to enhance something, oh, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, fine, yep.
So the next one is Tabor Clean Streets Partnership, Tabor Community Bin Initiative, and the Sidewalk Stewards Program. So essentially trash reduction programs in the community to help keep the community sparkling and clean.
So they want some more bins at certain locations?
So I think more along operational programs as opposed.
Now, saying that, I can just tell you right now, at a restaurant downtown, there was an ask to have some more compost at the new Cattleman's area. That's been talked about. So that they've asked for some more compost. I'm not sure if they called the town or not, but anyway, right. So that could easily be added, right? Just for an ask, the town would provide that. So you're saying all encompassing.
So what they're looking for is some community programs led by the town that would see cleanups and
Well, that is our initiative with the 3-bin system residentially, so in the other areas, there's not a lot of that. So that could help for sure. I don't know, what, no. Like, I don't have this before me.
Like,
Oh. Oh. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, possibly, yeah, I guess, but.
It puts it gets administration to work with the small businesses to kind of be hand in hand. Which
Yeah.
helps, because it's easy for us to just say the township clean up downtown. It would be really nice to have a steward program with the businesses downtown to help with that, because, what are you gonna do, send administration, it's easier when you're there, A steward to shift, I have a small business downtown, to be part of that would be helpful. And
Yeah.
having administration help.
Right, okay. Okay, look at it, sure, yeah. Reasonable. Okay, okay, what's next?
So the next is a proposal for the establishment of a mini library program.
A what?
A mini library
Mini
program. It's a
library
take a
program.
book, leave a book program.
Oh.
I have seen these in other communities.
Lethbridge they got boxes, right?
Yeah,
Something
kind
like
of
that?
small boxes protected from
We do, too.
weather.
Yeah, we do, so, we do. 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Myers area for one, right? Okay,
Would
okay.
that be something like the library would do? Would that be spearheaded by
Could be anybody, actually. Yeah, right. Okay. Yep. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. It's already being used, yeah.
So project or proposal number 22 is some renovations and improvement at the small ice facility. So they identified, I thought they had specifically identified what those improvements might be, but
You don't see it?
in the moment, I don't see it.
Well, there's a lot of improvements that could be done there, but it's so rough in there, I don't know how much you do.
Everybody always thinks we only have one ice, we have two small ices. As much as, I can agree with Councilor Burslem, the rink as right now, big rink, but that small ice is very important to, not only one community group, which is hockey, but it is very well used. It would be very detrimental to lose that ice.
Yeah.
I think we would take it as information, and if it come across the table where there was a problem, I guess we could look at it, right?
Yeah, we have done, yeah. Okay, yep. Yep. Okay, next.
Okay. The community garage sale board.
It's already done.
Is
It's
proposal
already coming, yep.
3.
Yep.
So 24 is the first of two proposals that speak to traffic circles. So they don't speak to specific locations in this one, but they speak to there being a number of four-way stops where traffic circles would improve the flow of traffic.
Well, that's questionable. I don't know. Traffic circuits can sometimes screw things up more than they help. I don't know. All that too, but it's just like, yeah. It takes more land, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah. Easier said than done, basically, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. The project proposal 25 is actually using a traffic circle at the Barton Drive and 46th Avenue. So this is over by the No Frills dollar store and drugstore.
Yeah, we just spent, we just proposed to spend some more money on that plan, which could solve that problem.
Yeah.
So we take that as information.
Okay. I will propose combining the next three project proposals. They all propose the same thing. It's a double life-size bronze statue of LeBron James.
Yeah, okay, next.
We're good? Okay.
I mean, it would get us on like a late night TV show.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Number 29 is enhancing and privacy noise mitigation for cul-de-sac residents at McGrath Estates adjacent to Highway 864.
What? I'm not getting that. What is that?
So the basically
Okay.
to improve it to the point where it would provide additional privacy and sound
Okay, information,
Uh,
sounds right.
modification.
Information.
Okay. This is for the proposal of a Tabor Sports House, which would, in the line of the facility in Coaldale, accommodate basketball courts, track, and sports.
Dry sport facility already in the works.
Field sports. Snow removal level of service. So they're asking essentially for a review of the snow removal level of service established by council.
Yeah.
We do, we do.
So here is a proposal for the Westview Lake, speaking to landscaping and trail completion.
Okay, that's, well, we don't know what that's about. That's with the contractor that's got all those mega lots out there, hasn't done anything for 7 years, 7, 8 years here. Not much we can do at this stage, that's correct, so, yeah. We'd love to see that move along too, but,
With the
Yeah.
developer issues.
exactly, yeah.
The next is a proposal for an indoor walking track to promote year-round walking.
In the works, dry sports facility.
It's addressed there.
They do, correct, yep.
Repaving of the path along from the corner of 64th Avenue and 50th Street north to 80th Avenue.
Repave that, that's not that old. I've been on it lots, I walked in the dark 3 days this past Cornfest, or Cornstalk deal. Seemed fine to me. I'm not sure, yeah, that's, it can't be more than 10 years old or so, yeah, anyway. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. Number 35 is pavement and install sidewalks. 43rd Street between 54th Avenue and 55th Avenue.
Sidewalks?
We're working on that. That is-
The whole south side we're working on, no, so is that another one where,
This is the road where we just, in Westview.
Westview, oh, that we've already, oh, so we've already authorized it? We've already authorized it, okay, yeah, good. Yeah.
Number 56 is cat control measures. So what they're looking for is cat shelters.
Well, I can tell you right off the top, we do have a cat problem.
Increase enforcement.
We do have a huge feral cat and/or cats that are let go, et cetera. I don't know. It's There is. So, and because of the program, we weren't able to get this last year because of the logistics and whatever that company couldn't do. We weren't able to do that program. And we had it idle for about 3 years before, so we're kind of up against it. There's issues that need to be looked at. Absolutely, that's very true. Should be in the budget. That program piece is, but this is an additional thing. There's more than just that. There is. So that needs to be looked at very seriously. You bet.
Okay, that's refer to budget.
Yep.
Okay. Large item waste pickup. So the proposal here is to establish essentially large household item pickup days. So it would help remove clutter from back alleys and yards and assist with people that don't have methods, particularly to haul large items away from their homes.
We have a program already for that, so you put something in the backyard or the back alley to pick up, fall and spring, sure we do, right? Steel? Not furniture, no. That's what you're talking about, couch? Yeah, like a couch, you're saying, something like that? Yeah. Oh. Okay. So some kind of program to plan just to deal with that, announce accordingly, okay. I get it, yeah, makes sense, okay.
And then the last one, 38, is essentially
So we're just
similar view.
in the works, should be very similar to put in the budget option and some form of program, okay.
Yeah,
So that's the end of that, Rob?
that's.
So nothing more? Except for information for everything we just discussed and or other things we pinpointed, correct?
I think.
Councilor Renford? Deputy Mayor Renford, you want to do that motion? Okay, right, very well.
I will make a recommendation that council refer the following public proposals for the 2026 budget to administration for development for consideration with the budget.
All right, thank you. Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you. And we're good? Motion to close the meeting. Motion on the table. Councilor Becker, thank you. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you.